Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to colouringk. So in today's video I'm going to be doing the scavenger hunt tag. This was originally created by Danny from Danny Buttons. If you haven't checked her channel out, please do. It's a great channel. I've been watching her for a while now, and I really enjoy seeing especially her completed pages videos, but I believe she was the creator of the tag, and I was tagged by Lovella from Lovella's Colouring, so thank you so much for tagging me, Lovella. I really appreciate it. It sounded so fun, and as soon as I saw the tag going round, I was just buzzing to do it. It's so fun. So basically this tag is to find a list of things in your colouring books and show the pages, whether they're coloured or uncoloured, and then there's a bonus one at the end. So I've tried to pick as many pages that are coloured as possible, just so that it's a bit more interesting for you. There are some that aren't coloured, but we'll obviously get to those, partly because there are some books that I haven't coloured in for a while, or I haven't coloured in at all. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. I'm really excited to do this tag. I will put links to Danny's video and Lovella's video in the description for you if you want to go and check those out. I think a couple of other people have done them as well, but it's a fairly new tag. I've also got another tag to do as well, which will be coming in another video, which I'm really excited to do as well. So I've been quite busy recently, but yeah, let's just get started. So I've got quite a few books to show you. There are a couple of books where I've got 2 of the things on the list in the same book, so there aren't 11 different books, not quite. I think there's 9ish or something like that. So first one is a picture of a man. So actually I think this is a really interesting one, because usually in our colouring books there aren't that many men, which I think is a real shame, because it's, we don't get as much practice colouring them. And I found one in Flora, so I found this one. There's also one of a boy, and I guess he's kind of still a boy as well, but I think it's great that Maria Troll is being more versatile with her style of drawing now in her newer books. I would say the style I prefer is her older books, so Dream Reese especially, but I love the variety of things that are in her books now, because she does more animals, more kind of fruits and stuff like that, and I really like all her bordered pages as well. So hopefully I will get back to this book soon. I've done 1 page in it, I think, and the paper is actually really nice in it, but yeah, this is the page. So I guess this would kind of be an autumnal picture, because it's got the conkers, and you could kind of, I guess, make him look like Peter Pan or something like that, because he's got leaves on him. But yeah, that might be quite a fun one to do. So that is my first one, Flora, illustrated by Maria Troll. I'm just going to readjust the camera a tiny bit. I've got the camera on a tin, it's just the way I've always done it, and it's rattling a bit, so I will try to keep that minimal for you. Okay, so number 2 is a picture of a fruit. Now, lots and lots of pages include fruit in them, so there were quite a few that I could have chosen, but I wanted to kind of pick a page where the central thing is the fruit. I figured that would be better for this sort of thing. So the one I found was from Worlds Within Worlds. I haven't coloured in this book yet, but this page that I've chosen, well, my mum actually chose it, so it's this one with the apple. So there's a challenge in the Colouring Checklist challenge that Colouring Chat with Sammy created, and it's for your partner or a family member to pick a picture for you to colour. So I gave my mum a selection of books, and she chose her favourites in them all. And so at some point I will colour all 4 of them, but I think I'm either going to start with this one or one from Middernacht Masquerade, and I think I've got the Dutch edition. These will all be coming in a haul when I do get round to doing it. There's a couple of other things I'm waiting for, one of them being the Forest Girl book for my Ko-fi money, but yeah, I will wait for that and then do the haul. So this one is so cute, I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen Worlds Within Worlds, which I'm sure you have because it's been going around everywhere, it's fairly new as well. I mean, it's quite a few months old, but it's one of the newer books. So basically the idea is that with this one there's trees within the apple, so there's even a woman, I'm not sure if you can see, a woman picking apples there, so obviously that's a world in itself, and then it's within the world where the actual apple is. So I think this is a really, really good idea, this whole book. I absolutely love it. And the other thing I like is that in the back it has this really cool answers, where the page before contains an object. So for example, I think this one or the one before it should have an apple in. Maybe I've got it the wrong way around. Oh no, so there's an apple here. So that's kind of how it works. So each of the pages are kind of, you know, an object is resembled in each of the pages. So here, I can't remember what this is called. I have a feeling let me have a look. I always forget what it's called. An echidna, that's what it is. So there's an echidna there on the apple, so I'll probably do that in gold or something just to make it different. So that is number 2 from Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes, or Rosanes, I don't really know how you say it. So number 3 is a picture of a bee. Now I found 2. The first one I'll show you is actually in a book, and this is in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. Again, I wanted to pick a picture that I had actually coloured, so I chose my old copy. And I picked this one because this was one of my mum's favourite double page spreads that I did, and it has the bee in it. So this one obviously isn't just a picture of a bee, but it has a bee in it. So I think the really nice thing about the scavenger hunt as well is that, you know, it's just, you know, hunting for something. So it could be quite small, it could be the whole picture. And I would really, really like to have kind of a second round of this and have more things to look for. I think it's really, really fun, and they're interesting videos. And from what you know, your reaction from my other tag videos that I've done, you seem to really enjoy them. So, you know, as long as I'm bringing you content that you're enjoying, that's the main thing. So yeah, this was done quite a while ago, and I can't actually remember everything that I used, but the soft pastel in the background, it's mainly Prismacolors and Polychromos, but yeah, I do like that one. And the bee is there, so that's number 3. And I've also got this, which I quickly wanted to show you, which isn't really a scavenger hunt because I haven't had to hunt in my books, but I did this ages ago, and you might have seen it before if you've seen my completed pages ever video right at the beginning of my channel. But this is a double spread that I did from Anamorphia by Kirby Rosanes, and I was really, really pleased with how this one turned out, and I decided to take it out of the book just to keep it in a portfolio and just keep it separate from the book, I guess, because I don't colour in it anymore, and I was really, really unhappy with a few other things that I'd done in the book, so I decided to take it out. And someday I may do something else with it, or I don't really know, but I do like this. So on this page I used watercolour for all of the flowers, I believe, and then for the bees I used Crayola Super Tips, and then lots of glitter gel pen over it, and then even some bits of Sharpie, which I don't think have bled through. I think I did something where I put a layer of something down to prevent it. I can't really remember, this was ages ago. On the flowers, this is actually something that I would probably do again because I really liked how it turned out, but all of this shimmery, glittery type thing is actually a silver metallic paint that I had since I was probably about 3. It's from the Early Learning Centre, and I just watered it down and it created a really nice sheen. So it is still somewhere, I think it's in our garage or something, but we had all the ready-made paints and stuff when we were painting when we were little, and we never got rid of them because we always had friends who would come around and do stuff with us, so you know, who were kind of that age. So yeah, lots of glitter gel in here, lots of shimmer, but that is again for number 3. Okay, so number 4 was a picture with words. I could have gone for the obvious one and do Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, but I wanted to do something a bit more obscure. So this is from the Ink House by Rory Dobner, and I chose this page. So This is a storybook. It's not meant to be a colouring book, but lots of us in the colouring community have started using it as that. And this was the first page that I did in the book. I was very, very kindly sent this by Sue. And this is the Teapot page, so it has quite a lot of writing on it, as you can see. And for this I tend to go for Prismacolors and Faber-Castell pencils, and then I will only use a silver gel pen and a white gel pen on various bits, so that's pretty much all you'll see. And the thing that I really liked about this page was transforming a few of these teapots into Emma Bridgewater teapots. So especially this one. This is my closest reenactment, whatever you want to call it, to the Emma Bridgewater teapot. This one also quite similar. She's got a heart one, but it's kind of a cream colour and then the hearts. So I decided to make it pink and then use the hearts as well, otherwise it would have been a bit bare. But apart from that, I tried to take the colours that I'd already used and just, you know, do those colours for the other bits. But yeah, that's that one. So number 5 is a page with a mythical creature. So again, I've got Ivy and the Inky Butterfly here. So I picked this one, and this was one of my favourites from this book that I coloured. Luckily, I found the other day a book that I'd written the colours in for the Griffins, because I really do want to try and make them the same, because I was so pleased with how these Griffins turned out. I also did another one on this page, but this was the first page that I did with them, and yeah, I was really, really happy with this. So Griffins are half lion, half eagle, I believe, and I really wanted to kind of, I did look up a reference picture of Griffins, but I kind of did the wings quite purpley. I really liked how they turned out, and yeah, I was really, really pleased with them. They took ages because I was layering and layering, but I didn't mind. I really enjoyed doing it. So that's this page, and overall as a page it was one of my favourites. So yeah, I was happy with how this one turned out. So they are my mythical creatures. So number 6 is Colour a Page with Santa, and there were quite a few pictures that I could have thought of to show you, but I decided to go with the one that I've actually coloured. And this is from Sagarok Sagna by Emily Lytle Oberg, and it's the very last page of the book. This is one of the first pages that I did in this book, I think. Oh, let me think, was it Christmas 2018 or 2017? I think it was Christmas 2018. So again, quite a while ago. For this I used Prismacolor and a few polychromos, but mainly Prismacolor. And this was kind of when I was into blending with white. So some of the colours down here are slightly less bright as they would be if I hadn't used them. But generally I would always go for the pastel colours anyway, so that's that. The only thing that I'm really sad about is the fact that it's gone through. Or it hasn't gone through, it's just transferred. But yeah, that's that one, and that is my Santa. I did it in traditional colours, but I would like to try non-traditional colours, at least over here. Obviously he's always perceived as being red, but I might try doing him green, because I know in some countries he's green. Number 7 was art supplies. This was quite a tricky one actually. I don't have many pages that I can think of that have art supplies in them. There were a couple, but again I decided to go for one that I had coloured. And oh, that's the wrong one. I've got 2 in Fairy Celebrations. This is Fairy Celebrations by colouringk, and I decided to go for this end one. So obviously lots of us use watercolours in our colouring books. I'm not one of those people that uses watercolours, it's just me, but obviously it's still an art supply and I do use watercolours for other things, so, or gouache, or you know, anything like that. So we've got the paint palette here, the paintbrush, the paint tube, things like that. So this is definitely still an art supply page, and this was the first page that I did in this book back in December or January, no, December. And yeah, I was really, really happy with this one. I used a lot of Crayola on this page, and it was really, really fun experimenting with the colours, because I did all of the wood with them and I can't remember the colour selection that I used for them, so that's really annoying because I really like how they turned out. So hopefully I'll be able to replicate the gingerbread, especially somewhere else. But yeah, that's that one. Lots of glitter gel pen on it, and I think the nice thing is, I think because obviously it's a colouring book, Clara does these pages at the end for us colourists. I'm not too sure if it's specific, but there always seems to be an art related page at the end of her more recent books, so that's that one. Okay, so number 8 is a bear. Now for my bonus animal one, which you'll see in a minute, I actually have a favourite animal very similar to a bear. It's a type of bear, but not, I guess, a brown bear. I guess this one could be any type of bear, but I went for a brown bear. So this one, I kind of thought it was Goldilocks and one of the bears. So this is from 100 Hugs by Chris Riddle, and this was the title page. So I used polychromos and Prismacolors for this page. Didn't take very long. I can't remember exactly when I did it, but I don't think it was that long ago. And yeah, it was just a really quick and simple one. This one, if you haven't seen it, again, it's not meant to be a colouring book, but they're really, really quick and fun. I did this one last month, and yeah, it's a really, really sweet book, so hopefully I will get back to it soon. So it's really, really small as well. So number 9 is again from Fairy Celebrations, and this is the picture with a pumpkin. So there's actually 2 pumpkins on this page, so it's a double spread that I did last month, and it's very detailed, so it might be hard to spot the pumpkins, but they are here. So there are 2 here, and the other thing that I could have used this page for was obviously the fruit, so but I decided to do one that was obviously more fruit based. But yeah, this one I really, really enjoyed doing. If you haven't seen my completed pages, I kind of go into more depth about the picture, what I use, that sort of thing. So yeah, this is my double spread, and it was for a colour along by Effie Colours. So it was really, really fun. Really, really enjoyed it. So it was the Monsters in May 2020. So yeah, really enjoyed that, and I followed a tutorial from Chris Chang for the pumpkins. So if you want to know how to colour them, that's how I coloured them. I followed her tutorial, and I think she used Prismacolors, so that's that one. And number 10 is colour a licensed character. So I think the most obvious one that we all think of is Disney, and I have picked a Disney picture as well. There were quite a few that I could have chosen in terms of books, but I decided to go for a whip that I'm currently working on. So this is a new book, and I know it intimidates a lot of people, and it intimidates me as well, but it's so fun to work in. So this is the Disney Dreams collection by Thomas Kincaid, and it's the posh colouring book, or it's, you know, the same style as the posh colouring books, and I believe it's published by them. Maybe not. Well, he's got other posh colouring books with other things. They're not Disney, but he's got a couple of other Disney books out actually. They're massive though, and I want to get to grips with the smaller ones first. But the whip that I'm working on is this one. So there's quite a lot to explain about this page, just because it's a very detailed page, and this was actually one of the least detailed pages in the book, and I wanted to start with one that wasn't going to be that intimidating. So I have got another white ink, and this is the ink that I use, the Winsor & Newton white ink, to black out all of my lines. I will be doing a video colouring in this book to show you, so don't worry, but I don't know if you can see, but lots of it is dried up, and it's got a very thick layer at the bottom, and it's not really ink anymore. I've had it for a while, but I bought another one because it, you know, I need it to be a bit more running and easier to work with. So for this, basically what I do is I black out all of the lines using the ink, and I would usually do 2 to 3 layers depending on how thick the black line is. So a black line like this that's quite thick, I would do more. The only thing I found is that if you press over it too hard, you actually create a really textured effect with the pencil and it's not smooth. So I found that doing light layers of the colour, of the white ink, rather than just going in with the ink, is much better. I'll talk a bit more about it when I do the video at some point, but I will definitely do a tutorial for you. Well, not a tutorial, but just kind of a colour and chat thing, I guess, showing how I colour in it, because it is very, very hard to work in. And if you do want to get the realistic effect, then more often than not you will need to black out the lines. I mean, if you want to just try and match the colours and not worry about the lines, that's fine, but if you're aiming to replicate it exactly, you will need to black them out. So I'm not sure if you can see here, but the candle bit here, I think I've gone over with about 3 layers, and to be honest, it's probably not enough. Especially the flame bit is really hard to do, and I haven't got it perfect by any means. So this one has no ink, and that one has about 3 layers, so you can kind of see the difference between them. So yeah, a video will be coming soon, and in some areas I did have to go over with gouache just to cover it because it was lifting up, and I decided to just put it on to get the dark colour back. But yeah, that is that one. So that's Lumiere and Cogsworth, and it's called Beauty and the Beast Falling in Love. So if you wanted to get the actual painting, that is that one. So they are my licensed characters. And then finally, for the bonus one, it's your favourite animal. So I've actually got a few examples to show you. My favourite animal is a polar bear. So in November, that's my birthday month, we did polar bears in November, and I really enjoyed doing it. And because they were my favourite animal, I figured it would be a really good colour along to do as my first colour along. So I will probably be doing another colour along at some point. So for now, I've really enjoyed doing this one, so I will do another one. But I've got 3 books to show you where I coloured a polar bear in it. Just thought I'd give you a bit of variety and show you a few that I coloured. So the first one is from A Million Unicorns by Lulu Mayo, Magical Creatures to Colour. So I coloured this one. This one was coloured with Prismacolors, Polychromos pencils, white Posca, gold Jelly Roll, and a Jelly Roll glaze, and then a few Posca pens as well. So they were new to me at the time for my birthday, so I wanted to give them a try. I used the white to create a snow-like effect, and then did all the dots and stuff with the Posca. I also used some pastel in the background as well, so this one's quite a quick and easy one to do, and I had a lot of fun with that. Then I have one from the Illustrator Compendium of Amazing Animal Facts by Marja Sastron. So again, this isn't meant to be a colouring book, but I do colour in it. So this is my polar bear page, and this is probably my favourite polar bear page that I did for my colour along. So this one was all Prismacolor, and then pastel in the background, a gold Uniball Signo, a white Posca, and that's it. I think it was really quick and easy to do. I coloured all my polar bears the same way throughout the month, so they are all exactly the same. And the thing I really like about this is that the paper is an ivory colour, so when I used the white Posca, it just popped because it's not a bright white paper, so the dots did show up, so that was really, really nice as well. And finally, I have my polar bear from Fantastic Zoo by Cami Chiudu, and it's this one. So this one was my standard colouring palette for all of my pictures in this book, and then I coloured the polar bear the same way. I used the pastel, although you can't really see it. Probably in the camera for you might not even be able to tell that I've coloured the polar bear, but I have. But yeah, I've got my standard palette of the purples, greens and pinks, and things like that. And yeah, that was quite a simple one to do as well, and really, really fun. So they are all my pictures I have to show you for my scavenger hunt. I had such a fun time doing this. I hope you enjoyed watching. It's a bit of a different video. Obviously these tags are different, and you know, one-off videos kind of when they come out. Hi everyone, so at this point in the video I completely forgot to say who I was going to tag for the scavenger hunt, even though I had it written down next to me, but I will be tagging 3 people for the scavenger hunt. I will be tagging Kate from Kate's Colouring Haven, Colouring with K, and Kirsty from colouringk. So they are very similar channel names, but I will also write it down below. Along with that, as I said before, I will be linking Danny Button's scavenger hunt video and Lovella's. Thank you so much for tagging me, Lovella. I really, really appreciate it. And to those of you who also have channels or maybe don't, I would love to see a video as well if you would like to join in, and maybe comment down below saying what books you would choose for the scavenger hunt as well. So sorry for the brief interlude, and I will carry on with the outro of the video now. But I hope you enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed filming it. It's almost like a completed pages video really, but yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Everything will be down below as normal. If you want to contact me, if you have any queries about colouring, or if you just want to say hi, my email's down below. You can comment down below. But yeah, please subscribe and like if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.